As oceans warm, ice caps and glaciers melt with disastrous consequences. Limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius, which is 2.7 degrees Fahrenheit, would cut sea level rise from melting glaciers and ice sheets by half this century, the stricter of two goals set by the 2015 Paris Agreement. The world currently is on track for 3 degrees Celsius that could drive the rate of melting 10 times faster than today. Glaciers are melting, uncovering previously ice-cloaked land that hasn't been exposed for 40,000 years. The changing climate threatens the culture and lifestyle of the Inuit, who fish and hunt on disappearing ice sheets. The Inuit are first peoples of Greenland, Canada, Siberia, and Alaska. As their culture changes with the inexorable march of technology to include snowmobiles, high-powered rifles, permanent settlements rather than a semi-nomadic lifestyle, and melting ice, Inuit art reminds us of the wisdom of respecting Mother Earth, upon which our survival depends. On a recent trip to Traverse City, Michigan, my husband and I walked into an exhibit of Inuit art at the Denos Museum Center at Northwestern Michigan College, which houses one of the largest collections of Inuit art in the United States. Here were carvings, etchings, woodcuts, stencils, engravings, and other forms of art created by the Inuit of Canada, reflecting the eloquence of living in harmony with nature and of the stunning beauty of running caribou, the peak of a gray owl's glare, the joy of a dancing bear. One small carving, Man Giving Water to Dead Seal, by Lukasi Anaji Amamaratua, caught my imagination. It was on display in the center of a room among other carvings. An Inuit hunter stood over a dead seal, pouring water into its gaping mouth. It seemed to me a moment both sacred and impractical. Traditional Inuit religion holds that souls inhabit all animals, not only human animals. To reconcile the apparent contradiction in taking the life of another creature, the same as oneself, the Inuk pours water into the dead seal's mouth to assuage its soul's thirst. He takes the life so that he and his family will survive, but he shows the animal respect and gratitude. I envisioned future generations standing at this exhibit, viewing this small sculpture and receiving a legacy of respect for nature, the gift of sculptor Amamaratua. This poem is called The Watchers. Does he sense the tumbling generations standing at his shoulder? They watch through plastic cases in art museums. They thumb through iPhone catalogs, captured in blue-green argillite. The Inuk hunter tells a story. It was a time of sled dogs, not snowmobiles, of soapstone lamps lit by seal blubber in snug homes of ice and snow, not of pipelines and power plants. The Inuk bends over the slain seal to thank him for his gifts. Light on endless Arctic nights, warm sealskin boots when snows howl under curtains of color. Food for dogs and the Inuit living near their prey and trustworthy ice. The supine seal's mouth gapes open. From the hunter's open mouth, Do they imagine water pouring? Does he hope they will ask if they don't understand his story? He thanks the kindred spirit who in death gives life. He uses all, wastes nothing, takes no more than he needs. He tells the watchers, listening for the rhythms receding with time. Art mirrors, remembers, and celebrates. Although not recognized as such by our highly technological society, Indigenous peoples may be the most powerful among us because of their knowledge of Mother Earth, her signs, her intricately balanced systems, and the wisdom of sitting gently on her lap upon which our survival depends. Indigenous people have been active in the climate battle in the US and internationally for a long time. One organization you may find of interest is Women's Earth and Climate Action Network International, known as WECAN. I have put the website in the resources list that I will post on my website.